Renato felt wrong all over. He could feel an almost palpable
time, boys! Caught the lead, Raven.
He missed her. Not Zenobia. Hypatia, the kid's mother. Renato had never thought he'd date a librarian. He'd always figured himself for the barmaid type. But then, he'd never figured the library of Ubar would have comic books, or that Hypatia would know anything about them. He missed her. If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short. Empire's chokehold was closing around the rebellion. The base was still secret for now, but for how long? They would have to make a move soon. The core. They had to find a way to use the core.
Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles.
How had it come to this? Renato had signed on as an adventurer. Sure, the Emperor had gone mad. Sure, Renato had heard horrors from the ghosts of dead kittens and puppies sacrificed in his blasphemous rituals. But when he jumped in, he'd only been a little bored and slightly broke. And here he was, carrying a bucket of death across a broken landscape. Why not drop it and run? Because he hated to quit in the middle. That was his fatal flaw. He had to know how it all turned out. Renato was surprised that he didn't feel more pain. Just a bit dizzy. Whew.
I think this is yours, said Renato, but he couldn't hear his enemy's answer. This is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
Anyone ever tell you have a lovely eye? No? The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
Look at eyeballs! Caught to leave, Raven. Thank you, I think, said Renato. It never hurt to be polite.
My God. It's full of stars.
Yeah!
Touché, he said, and died. Everything hurt. And then it didn't. To everything, there is a season. He turned over and died. breeze. Through his armor. Oh dear, that wasn't good. He dropped the core at the entrance to the council chambers.
Get that thing out of here!
Croaked the speaker.
It's making us sick!
That's the core of the Sky Ripper, said Renato.
That's not useless at all,
Said an engineer toad.
it's poisonous. Look at the fox. He's ill, probably dying.
Yeah, not useless at all, said Renato. So what do I do? Rub it on His Majesty? The engineer chuckled. Renato didn't like it when engineers chuckled. Oh, I got it. Listen, I can make a bomb that spread bits of the core all over a circle about 100 paces wide. Yeah, little chunks of poison and death. All you have to do is just get it near the Emperor. It'll kill him and his bodyguard and chop off the head of the fleet. Yeah, and if we're lucky, might poison some of the ravens around there as well. What about me?
Right, what about you? Well, I'll build in a timer. You can set it and run.
No, that's a horrible idea, said Renato.
Well, we have to do something, yes?
Said the speaker.
This is something.
Renato couldn't argue with that. And so, reluctantly, Renato loaded the rigged core onto the Farfarer and set sail towards the Emperor's ship. The rebels took the fight to the Imperial fleet, but Renato was too sick to enjoy the view. He must have passed out as a firm hand grabbed him and shoved him forward. This was it. The fleet seemed very big, and its ravens very tough. Or maybe he was just slower and weaker than before. He hated the idea of poisoning the enemy. It wasn't fair. Face to face with a raven, let the best swordsman survive. But they wouldn't even know what was killing them. Feather by feather, scale by scale. He didn't mind dying a hero. That sometimes went with being a hero. But he didn't feel at all like a hero. Not today. Ah, the road less traveled, thought Renato. How intriguing. Cool. Wish I could do that. Felt like Tarzan. He was exhausted. He was making stupid mistakes. His fur was coming off in bunches. Up ahead, he could see the Emperor's ship, long and sleek, a floating palace. The bomb would only poison a circle 100 paces wide. He would get as close as he could, set it, and run. Oh, this was a lousy way to win a rebellion, he thought. He didn't want to medal for this. He just wanted to be forgotten.
Renato.
This thing